Hello, Max Action Team. I'm taking in some stuff out of one of Maxwell's books. I'm not going to cover everything, but I will tell you, you can tell by the cover here that, sometimes people win, sometimes they learn, and as long as you keep the right attitude, you can keep moving forward. There's a few things in here. I'm not going to read the whole book to you, but there's just a few spots in here that I'm going to tell you that make a huge difference. Let me kind of get to the right spot here. Basically, the premise of this is that you're going to fail through life, in that as long as you maintain the right attitude, that you can learn from your mistakes and find better ways how to move forward. Here's an interesting little phrase that you want to think about. It doesn't matter how much milk you spill, as long as you don't lose your cow. So, that wisdom right there, it's stupid simple, but it sure does seem to make sense. So, John tells a story about he being given a handgun and throwing it into his suitcase and ending up walking through security with it. And after that fact, he talks about different titles that people tell him that he could use for his next books. Develop the Gangster Within You, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Airport Security. So, as long as you've got some humility, you can look at some of your mistakes and keep moving forward. The bad part, is when you're winning, nothing hurts. When you're losing, everything hurts. So it's really hard sometimes to kind of keep your head screwed on. What happens is you kind of get stuck. Losses cause you to be emotionally stuck. After you have too many losses, you kind of get stuck in a little rut, and it's really hard to snap out of it sometimes. Losses will also cause you to get mentally defeated, become discouraged. The quality that distinguishes a successful person from an unsuccessful one, the quality that distinguishes a successful person from an unsuccessful one who is otherwise like him is the capacity to manage disappointment and loss. So, and this is one I really like here. Man is like a bridge. He's designed to carry a load for a moment, not the combined weight of years all at once. So every time you have a disappointment, just keep in mind that it's the disappointment for the day. Don't let them stack on top of each other. Take them for what they are and move on. Mistakes create traps that cause people to go into paralysis. One of them is the mistake trap. I'm afraid to do something wrong. Losses do hold us back. The fatigue trap. I'm tired today. Losses do wear us out. The comparison trap. Someone else is better qualified than I am. Losses cause us to feel inferior to others. The timing trap. It isn't the right time. Losses make us hesitate. The inspiration trap. I don't feel like doing it right now. Losses demotivate us. The rationalization trap, easy for me to say, right? Maybe it's really not that important. Losses allows us to lose perspective. The perfection trap, there's a best way to do it and I have to find it before I start. Losses cause us to question ourselves. And I'll be real honest with you folks, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. This video isn't the most professional you've ever seen. Guess what? I just decided to not let the perfection gap slow me down from getting started on something I've been wanting to do for a long time. The expectation trap. I thought it would be easier, but it isn't. Losses highlight the difficulties. The fairness trap. I shouldn't have to be the one to do this. Losses cause us to ask, why me? The public opinion trap. If I fail, what will others think? Losses paralyze us. The self-image trap. If I fail at this, it means I'm a failure. Losses negatively affect how we see ourselves. So, this next section he talks about the first loss doesn't need to be the first loss sometimes is not the biggest loss. Sometimes people take a loss and they make a big to-do out of it and they don't attack it immediately and minimize it so that it doesn't blow up into something bigger. And then another thing here, the most important person you ever talk to is yourself. So be careful what you say. So many people, when they make a mistake, they really like to beat themselves up. It's a mistake. It's something you can fix and learn from it and move on. I know on some days that's really hard to do. And keep in mind, folks, I'm not saying I got this stuff all figured out. What I am telling you is that I have some issues that I'm working on, and I'm finding some of this information very valuable for me, and hopefully it helps some of you. Losses give us an opportunity to learn, but many people do not seize it. And when they don't, losses really hurts. Losing really hurts. Sorry, again, I'm not worrying about this being perfect. I'm worrying about getting the word out. One of the places where John says that you can take what you learn and move on, humility, to develop a spirit of learning, reality, the foundation of learning. Here we've got responsibility, the first step of learning, improvement, the focus of learning, hope, the motivation of learning, teachability, the pathway of learning, adversity, the catalyst of learning, opportunities for learning, bad experiences, the perspective for learning, change, the price of learning, maturity, the value of learning. What John gets into here in the next chapter is the value of humility, to not be cocky and realize that when you make a mistake, that you need to own part of it. He goes into the fact that the things that hold people back, and I'm not going to read all these for you, but I'm just going to go into blame. People blame other people. Denial. They say they didn't make a mistake. They have closed-mindedness. They're not open to say that maybe they did make a mistake. Rigidity. Instead of being flexible, prideful people are rigid. They say, we do it my way or I'm out of here. The ghosts of the past, even their past successes, haunt them and hold them back. Again, for anybody that knows me, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I've learned all of this. That's why I'm studying the book. Insecurity, isolation. Instead of being connected, prideful people find themselves out of touch with themselves, their family, their community, their clients, and customers. Pride makes people think it's all about them when really it's all about others. So this is just huge information. Right here is some stuff that I'm going to take out of here for my crews in my installation business to start looking at how they're looking at some of these things. So you can take a little snapshot out of there. There's a better spot back in here that I was after that really kind of turns it into an action item. Humility does not mean you think less of yourself. It means you think about yourself less. So all very good wisdom. Here's the one that I was talking about. We're going to start asking this question on every one of our projects. What went wrong? When did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? Why did it go wrong? How did I contribute to making it go wrong? What can I learn from this experience? How will I apply what I've learned in the future? There, I was looking for an after project review for my installation company. I just found it. So, there's just so much wisdom in this book. And I'm going to just kind of wrap this up because I wanted to keep this within 10 minutes. If all else fails, immortality can always be assured by spectacular error. So, the reason why I'm sharing this with all you guys is that this wisdom that comes out of this book of sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, it is one of the books that applies to the John Maxwell leadership game. This is a game that I will be getting with companies to do, and it's a board game where you learn about the value of your current management strategies, leadership strategies, what you can do to be better about it, How to Be a Person of Influence is great. The 15 Laws of Growth is spectacular. This is the book that I'm reading right now that I will have additional videos from. This 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, there is gold in that book. So I'll be getting into all of these books as I roll through this. Anybody that wants more information can call me at 616-291-7205. You can look up my website that is currently under development at www.maxactionteam.com. It's MAXX actionteam.com. And my cell phone is 616-291-7205. I will talk to you soon, and I will have more chapters to follow very soon. Please like my channel and forward it to others.